change maker, that teacher, that educational leader, the coach, the person who supports their scholars to the finishing line. And during this time that we have together, let us remember that our greatest work is to eduke out of our scholars. What do I mean? That word education, the root word is eduke. That means we are pulling out what is in them. We are pulling out their abilities, their potential, their personality, their opportunities, their possibilities. When we teach, we're not just pouring in, but we have the ability to eduke, to pull out. And that is a great responsibility that is upon all of us. Listen, if I didn't motivate you today, I'm okay with that, because I know motivation comes and goes. If I didn't inspire you today, well, listen, inspiration is wonderful, but after life hits it, the light goes away. But if I was able to empower you today, to remind you that what you do speaks so loudly that our scholars are listening, the community is listening, our families are listening, the world is listening. If I empowered you to know that as an educator, that you matter, that I did my job. Have a wonderful conference. Lift up one another. Take care of yourself, because you are important. Thank you. Have a great rest of the conference.
Hi, everyone. I'm Christina Thorson from the Microsoft team, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you to celebrate E2 2021. We've got tons of great demos to share with you, covering brand new tools, best hidden shortcuts, and so much more. Who's ready to get started?
I know I am. So Christina, how many great demos are you sharing with everyone today?
I am so glad you asked. We've got 10 awesome demos lined up.
10? You know, Christina, I believe in you, and no one loves an ed tip more than me, but I don't think there's room on the agenda for 10 demos.
Anthony, don't you worry. I've got it all under control. You just sit back, relax, and let our team of awesome experts and amazing educators do what they do best, teach.
All right, I trust you. And I can't wait to learn more about
E2 Expert Ed Tip.
What is that?
That is the sound of our first E2 Expert Ed Tip. Let the countdown begin.
It's E2 Expert Ed Tip.
Hey friends, I've got great news. Breakout rooms are now available in Microsoft Teams. Let's take a look to see how they work. So let's demonstrate how we use it with our team. So the first thing we do is go to the breakout rooms icon at the top of your teams. And here I can choose how many breakout rooms I want. And for our group today, we only need two breakout rooms for our teams. And we're going to automatically assign our participants to the rooms. So we create the rooms, and this will divide the participants into the rooms, so you don't have to worry about doing that. And we see here that there are 5 participants in one room and 4 in the other. So I'm going to go ahead and start these. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and rename these rooms so that I know which group I'm working with. So our first group is our social media team. And let's rename that room. And then our second group, we're going to rename this to Prize Patrol, because our students really love our Prize Patrol team. That's the fun team. It's all about them winning and getting great prizes. So let's go ahead and start our rooms. So as we see, it is splitting them up right now. And now let's go ahead and join the social media room. Let's see what's going on in here. Let's join this room. That everything is going well, so I'll leave you guys to your planning. So guys, I'm going to see you in a few minutes. And just like that, I'm back in the main room. So let's go ahead and close these rooms. So now we have everyone back in the main room, and just that easily, we are able to use breakout rooms in Microsoft Teams. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Chris Gerrard, and I'm a digital learning consultant from Glasgow, Scotland. I'm here to share with you my top accessibility tips when using Microsoft tools. Did you know that Windows 10 has some incredible accessibility features already integrated to allow accessibility by default? Let's take a look. My first tip is to use the search bar on your Windows 10 device to find the ease of access settings. Here you will find a whole range of accessibility features, such as changing the display size, adjusting the text cursor, magnifying your whole image, adding a range of color filters, but my personal favorite has to be the mouse pointer. Here I can make the mouse pointer as large as I would like. This is great for live lessons or for screen sharing. You can even change the color. My personal favorite has to be, of course, purple. For writing support, Windows 10 has an incredible inbuilt dictation feature. I love using it for when I'm given feedback as text comments on Flipgrid videos. To access it, all you need to do is select the text field and press the Windows key and H key at the same time. I loved watching your video. Immersive Reader is an incredible tool that you can find across many of the Microsoft apps, such as Onenote, Word, Teams, and of course, Flipgrid. But did you know that Immersive Reader is available in Microsoft Edge and can be used with any website? All you have to do is select your chosen text, right-click, and select Open in Immersive Reader. You will now have all the features of Immersive Reader available to you, such as text preferences, grammar tools, reading preferences, and of course, read aloud.
Microsoft Education invites you to Microsoft E2, March 22nd to 24th, 2021.
These are just some of the amazing accessibility features that you will find in Microsoft tools. So try them out today.
Hello, my name is Gloria Enrique. I am a Spanish teacher in a post-primary school in Ireland, and today I'm going to talk about what a game changer Microsoft Teams assignments and OneNote has been in my classroom. To assign homework to my students, I'm going to the General channel in my class Teams and select Assignments, and I create a new assignment. I give my assignment a title, I tag it as homework, in this case, and I tell students what the homework is all about. The next step is attaching the OneNote page of where I want that my students complete their homework. For that, I select Add Resources, the page in the OneNote class notebook where the homework is, and finally, I select the OneNote where my students will be completing their homework. I assign a due date for my homework, and the assignment is created. Now, the fun part, correcting it. This student has returned his work, so I'm going to correct it and provide feedback. OneNote and Microsoft Teams are a powerful couple at the time of giving timely feedback to students, as I can use text, inking, audio, and my favorite, stickers. As we all well know, students sometimes they forget about a lot of things. From the class listing assignments, I could see that some students saw the assignments. And if I check my OneNote class notebook, their names are in bold, which means that they have added things in their OneNote. With Microsoft Teams, even when students forget to hang in their homework, I can still correct it and giving them feedback. Thank you so much for listening, and hopefully this tip is useful for your class. Have a nice day.
Hi everyone, my name's Christine and I'm a Year 11 student at Wyndham College in Quakers Hill, Sydney, Australia. I'm vision impaired and I enjoy playing video games. But because of my vision impairment, it makes it hard for me to play with other people. Like most of your students, my peers use gaming to stay connected, which can be pretty isolating for people who are blind or visually impaired like me. When Miss Howe told us about the AI for Good challenge, I knew I wanted to do something to make video games more inclusive. So me and my friend Kyle teamed up and got to work. Some games include accessibility features like text-to-speech and high contrast modes, but they're only catered to people with a slight vision impairment. We made it our goal to design something for players of all abilities, even those who are completely blind. Together, we made Sensor for Sight, a VR headset and gloves that can vibrate to indicate what's happening on screen. Here, I'll show you how it works. If I was using Sensor for Sight right now, my gloves would heat up and let me know if I'm near a player. Oh, hey Kyle. Online gaming is only getting bigger, and if this project has taught me anything, it's that when products are made with inclusivity in mind, everyone wins. Thanks for joining us today. We'll catch up with you in the awards ceremony. Bye!
It's the E2 Expert EdTech.
Hi, my name is Andy Knieven, and I am so excited to showcase the Flipgrid camera here at the E2 Education Exchange. Screen recording in Flipgrid opens up so many possibilities to empower every voice. So here in the Flipgrid camera, I can go to Options and Record Screen. Here, I'm going to select what part of my screen I want to record. So I'll select the entire screen, and I have the ability to adjust my side camera picture here. But I can then change over to another application like Onenote, which is wonderful to showcase and give students notes if you need to have flipped video notes, or if I want to showcase a project or have students do that, like in Minecraft Education Edition. We can celebrate here in Minecraft at the E2 Education Exchange. Now, boards in Flipgrid are pretty amazing. So in effects, we can click on boards and we can choose on different items like a whiteboard, a blackboard, even rainbows. Now, as a math teacher, I love grid paper and graph paper where students are able to showcase their work. And of course, with math, we have the ability to have infinite possibilities with Flipgrid. Want to use Flipgrid as a podcast vehicle or have a camera shy student? Well, use the mic only mode. In options, click on mic only, and so here you can use it to empower every voice and just their voice. Have students showcase their work in stop motion. So clicking record, I can move something into frame, pause, move it in a little bit closer, record again, and lastly, leave it in place, because if you can think it, you can Flipgrid it. It's been a pleasure to be able to showcase some amazing features of the Flipgrid camera here at Microsoft's E2 Education Exchange.
Hi everyone, my name is Shika Salati and I am the head girl of Durham School for Girls Doha. Today I'll be going through the new feature of PowerPoint, which is PowerPoint Live. It's an amazing feature because teachers can share their presentation with their students and students can share it with their colleagues. First of all, make sure that you have your PowerPoint opened online, because if it's not online, unfortunately, it won't work. So the first step is to go to Slideshow and press Present Live. You can either present live to the people only in your organization or to anyone in the world. One more tip. If your microphone doesn't work and the subtitle is not appearing to you or to your students, you should press Audio Setting and make sure this screen appears. If it doesn't appear, like it doesn't say default microphone, it doesn't say that, then you should go up here and press Allow. If it should be always blocked, but make sure that you always have it allowed, because if it's blocked, it won't work. So we're gonna press Present Live. Let's just keep it to anyone. As soon as you press Present Live, the welcoming screen is going to show up. You'll have the link, the QR code that you can scan, and you have the number of people that have joined your live session. We're going to copy the link by pressing this button right here, and we could share it with the students. And if you have a live meeting opened, we should go to the live meeting right here, paste it, and your students can join. And right here, you'll be able, you can end the session or you can resume the session. We're just going to go with resume session. Okay, so while you're changing and moving slides, it appears for the students too. So let's just talk through it. Moral integrity is the practice of being honest. Right here, you'll have the buttons, you'll have the mic. Make sure the mic is always on, because if it's off, they won't be able to hear you, or the subtitles won't be appearing. If you want the subtitles to appear to you, you'll have it right here. Hi. See, the subtitles are appearing, and you can write, highlight, erase, or whatever you want to do. It's very useful. And right here, you'll be able to see how many people are in your live session. You can copy the link again. You can show the welcoming screen again, just in case, students come late, as always, and you'll have the audience reaction. So everyone, can you give me a thumbs up if this makes sense, or a heart, or a smiley face? Let's wait for the, see? It's very, very, very fun, and it gives some color, and it's actually very motivational. Like, I would love to do that. And press this button right here, and your presentation is done. Hope this was useful, and hope that you'll use PowerPoint Live soon. Have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and along with Peggy, we are MIE experts and vision teachers from Perth, Western Australia.
Kylie and I are going to demonstrate the amazing capabilities of Microsoft Word to enhance student learning and feedback. As a student, I have written some text here, and before I submit it to my teacher, I'm going to use the new editor feature for suggestions to improve my writing. You can see that I have 5 suggestions here, and if I click on this, it takes me through my document to give me my suggestions. You can see that I have a spelling mistake here, so I will accept that and my document changes. And I'm going to ignore that one. This is a great tool to use to increase student agency and for self-regulation.
And when you open the document in Word Online, there are so many other functions that you have available to you. It's not just about spelling and grammar anymore.
Hi there, my name's Stu, and I'm very lucky to work with an amazing group of students and teachers in Hong Kong. So we use Microsoft MakeCode to bring student inventions to life, be that in MakeCode Arcade, coding amazing games while applying math knowledge, or through microbit coded with MakeCode. And what we like best, whether or not you're coding robots or electronic fashion, wearable thingies, or even coding in Minecraft, it's a universal interface across all of those. And it's great for the students to just be able to move from one to the other really easily. So in just 60 seconds, here is an amazing invention that's coded in MakeCode using microbit, and let's see what we can do with it. So I hope you can also make something awesome.
The study of Earth's landforms is called bicycle geography. The study of Earth's landforms is called bicycle geography. Landforms can be mountains and valleys. They can also bicycle geography.
Hey, this is Mike Phelpson from the Microsoft Education team. I'm so excited to talk about Reading Progress, this new app in Teams. Reading Progress is a tool that focuses on reading fluency and students practicing reading out loud while giving educators the ability to review, give feedback, and track progress over time. Reading Progress saves teachers a ton of time, but also makes the read out loud experience easier for students, independent and non-stigmatizing. I've been working on this project a couple of years in secret with the engineering and design teams. Our goal here, just like with Immersive Reader, is to help improve reading and literacy at global scale. This project came into existence by talking and listening to educators, literacy coaches, special education teachers, and top reading scientists. We've been iterating and improving based on educator and student feedback, and testing it with a small group of about 200 educators over the past few months. This includes the Tacoma School District here in Washington State, and today we have a few folks who've been part of this early pilot. We have Lilia Petrovskaya, a 4th grade teacher. We have one of her students, Brielle Taylor, and Lauren Taylor, who many of you know, who's a principal of the school and a school leader, and who happens to be the mother of Brielle. So, Miss Lilia, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about the experience that you've been having with your students using Reading Progress.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. I'm so excited to talk about this, and I would like to actually start by maybe asking Brielle a few questions. Because Brielle, you've had an experience with this program, and so I wanted to ask you, can you tell us a little bit about how you've used this program in the last month or so?
How I've used the program is to listen to my mistakes, and I feel better about using this program because I get kind of nervous when I read out loud, so it's better when I read to myself because I don't make as many mistakes.
How does this program help you become a better reader?
Helps me become a better reader because I can hear whether I need to stop at certain places or I need to keep going, or if I need to read slower or faster.
Awesome. Thanks, Brielle. All right, so I want to give you guys a little bit of teacher perspective on here, and I want to start by addressing something that is obvious to every teacher out there, and that's teaching fluency during pandemic. It is one of the hardest things to do. I'm so excited to have this program because it gives me the tools to actually teach my students fluency, and it gives me a chance to listen to my kids read and to pinpoint exactly what they need help in. And so this program really saves me instructional time because instead of meeting with every student individually, I can assign a task to the students and I can have all of them record their reading in 5 minutes versus 5 minutes for each student. And then I'm able to go back and analyze each reading on my own time. And then I bring back the student and we listen to, in this case, Brielle read the passage together. And so when Brielle and I were listening to her passage, she was able to, instead of me telling her what she needs to work on, she was able to pinpoint and tell me exactly what she needs to work on. Do you want to chime in and tell me, Brielle, what you've been working on?
I've been working on trying not to actually make mistakes in my reading and trying to stop at periods more because I've been reading ahead and then stopping in the middle of my sentences.
Right. So Brielle and I have worked on not pausing in the middle of sentences or not pausing at the end of the line. It was really great because when Brielle and I listened to her first recording, we talked about it and she mentioned some things that she was really great at and some things that she needed to work on. And this was part of her self-assessment. So it was just an instant result of like, oh, Miss Lilia, I know what I need to work on. And she's more self-aware, and obviously that's my goal. Whenever it's intrinsic, there's a whole lot more result out of that. So Mike mentioned insights, and for me it has been a great way to analyze class patterns. And so looking at the analytics and insights, I'm able to notice the patterns. I'm able to say, oh, this group of kids, they're struggling with multisyllabic words. So I'm going to pull that small group. I'm going to teach them how they can sound out syllables, how they can break words apart. And so instead of me teaching that to the whole class, I'm able to really teach it to those kids that need it. Another thing that I really like about Insights is the fact that I can see their growth over time. It's a nice visual graph, and I'm able to even share that with kids. And so they, whenever they see their growth, they're a lot more excited to keep on working, and it keeps them, they have now it's their goal, not my goal.
Thank you, Miss Lilia. And by the way, Miss Lilia has been our champion of incredible feedback. We've been getting a lot of great feedback from educators, and Lilia has made the tool better by all the great feedback she's been sharing with us, so we appreciate that. Next up, we're going to introduce someone that many of you know, and I have known her a while. She has done a lot of great work with Power Apps, the queen of Power Apps, and she's principal at Manitoba Park in Tacoma. Lauren Taylor, welcome, and you're also the mother of Brielle, so we'd love both perspectives from you.
Well, great. Thanks for that welcome, Mike. Yes, Mike mentions that I'm the queen of power apps, and while I might not necessarily see myself in that, my start with the reading progress does kind of go back to Power Apps and Power Automate, because this was a problem that I was trying to solve for myself, was how can we collect reading data for all of our students in one place, in one way, where we can all access it. And so that's why I'm so excited as a school leader about reading progress, because it does exactly that. Lilia has shown the classroom benefits of reading progress, and on the school leader end, the benefits are just endless, honestly, because we use our reading data at the building level in a little bit of a different way, because I'm able to see trends in the entire building in terms of what level students are reading. What are some things that we need to focus on? How can we create intervention groups or provide data for our special education teachers, our English language teachers, our title, lap teachers? All that information is now right in Teams that anyone can access, as long as they have access to the classroom Teams, which saves us a lot of time. It saves us a lot of assessment time as well, and we can really just spend more time giving students what they need rather than assessing what they're needing. And also, as a school leader, it informs professional development, because I'm able to watch the building level trends and see, okay, what is it that not just my students need, but what are my teachers needing as well? And that helps to drive our building professional development. As a mom, it definitely helps, because with Brielle as my daughter, she is quiet. She is a strong personality, but definitely to herself. And I've been able to see her just kind of blossom with this and feeling more in the driver's seat of her own fluency, because she's able to sit with her teacher and have a conference and listen to herself read and listen to herself get better. And so as a mom, I've been able to watch my daughter's confidence grow over time as well.
Hey, thanks, Lauren. Now, Brielle, I have a question for you. If you were to give advice to students out there about reading and using this tool, what would that be?
I'd give them advice that they can just take their time and they can always redo it.
That is some great advice, so thank you. Okay, Brielle, I have one more question for you. What was it like the first time you saw and heard yourself reading out loud using this tool?
So I thought that I would have everything right and that I read perfect, except I would have a few things to work on. And so I was surprised to see that I had two main things to work on.
Hey, that's great. I just wanted to give a big thank you to our guests for coming today. We will see you soon. Now, in our early testing, we've also had feedback that reading progress is not only useful for a K-5 or a primary school, like we have with Tacoma, but it's actually being used with middle school students, English language learners and non-native speakers, special education students. It's being used for 9th and 10th grade fluency check, and we think it's going to be great for students that are learning a foreign language and recording that video and audio. Now, reading progress is going to be rolling out to a broad private preview in our early adopter program called the TAP, which has 50 school districts. It'll be enabled for our early adopters tomorrow, March 23rd, and we hope to roll out reading progress broadly in the fall. That's it for reading progress. Have a great E2.
It's the E2 Expert EdTech.
Hi, my name is Martin Peltier. I'm an elementary teacher in New Brunswick, Canada, and today I'm going to show you how I use Immersive Reader with my students. Did you know that Immersive Reader is already available on various web platforms, applications, or software? Immersive Reader and Translator can be used as an add-on to your favorite browser. One way that I'm using it is by taking a picture with Office Lens and then insert it in the student's class notebook. It's a universal accommodation that can help students with fluency, decoding, and sentence structure while building confidence. Most of the content on the web is in English, so as teachers, we have to translate and adapt the content to be able to share it with our students. Immersive Reader can help by translating boards and stories from PNGs in Minecraft Education. Another example is the ability to use the Discovery Library in Flipgrid. Now I can use any topics. Immersive Reader is now also available on Discovery Education, Canvas LMS, and also whiteboard.chat. Thanks for watching.
Howdy, E2. Danielle coming to you from the great state of Texas. And I'm about to show you some of my favorite Microsoft Forms tips and tricks and let you in on some of the newest features that are about to come rolling out into your instance of Microsoft Forms very, very soon. Come on. First, did you know that Immersive Reader is available in Forms? Hover over the 3 dots or ellipses at the top of a form to turn Immersive Reader on or off. Then simply hover over the Immersive Reader icon beside each question to open the question in Immersive Reader and use the amazing tool in your next formative assessment. Want to really make sure your students have mastered a standard or provide follow-up support for a question in Forms? Branching will be your new best friend. Let's say you're doing a quick check for understanding and want students to identify a type of irony. You can use branching to provide additional support for students who may answer the question incorrectly and then allow them to move on to the next question. For my math teacher friends, there is amazing AI built into Forms. So you can focus on what students know or can do rather than on creating or typing math equations. Check this out. You're going to start by creating a question, multiple choice or otherwise, and then type in solve for X or solve the equation. You're going to then go to the 3 dots in your question or ellipses, and you're going to select math. And then from there, you're going to type in your equation and click OK. What happens next is magic. You are given suggested results, including the correct results, and you can just add all of those responses and they drop right into the question. And that's not all. You can then scroll down and get suggested questions, which you can then add to your form, meaning you don't have to spend a lot of time trying to find question types. You can simply put those questions in and move on. Time saving at its best. As an English teacher, I am a huge fan of sections in Forms. With sections, I can paste in a piece of text and then add questions about that text directly below. This means I spend less time at the copy machine and more time with my students while still being able to gather important student data. Keeping students engaged in hybrid and remote learning environments can be challenging. Coming soon to Teams, you'll be able to create quick knowledge check polls and launch them in a Teams meeting. Students can see the question and you, the teacher, review the results to determine whether you move on or review. You'll even get detailed class and student level reports so you can follow up and modify your future lesson plans accordingly. And that's not all. Work is also being done on some of your top asks, such as timed quizzes and Forms organization. Stay tuned for future updates.
Hi everyone, my name is Mishka Sali and I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. Today I'm going to be doing a short demo on how to use the praise badge as a means to give feedback to your students in the most effective, personalized and wonderful way. With Teams, we can give feedback in many ways. A phenomenal way that Teams has given praise and feedback is by using the praise badge. All you need to do is click on the praise badge. You have a variety of praise badges to send your students. If they've been awesome, if they've been kind, if they've been problem solvers in a group activity, all you need to do is add any of these praise badges suited to their character or what they've done on a particular day or based on a task. In this instance, I've chosen Achiever, and you can add a personalized note to expand on why exactly you're giving them praise for the activity, the task, or just for being wonderful for the day. And once you're ready to send your praise badge to your student with a personalized note, send away. They get the praise badge instantly and they're notified that you've sent it to them.
Thank you all for joining today and for everything you'll do throughout the year. I hope you're energized, inspired, and ready to take on tomorrow's Choose Your Own Learning adventure. Speaking of which, Sonia?
Hi, everyone. Tomorrow is all about you. We've got lots of exciting opportunities for personal growth based on your feedback and training requests. We're offering 26 free sessions across 5 tracks, so you'll get to build your own learning journey. But before I go any further, I'd like to introduce you to a very special guest, Peter Reynolds, author of The Dot, Ish, and the I Am series. Peter?
Thanks, Sonia, and hello, everybody. You will be hearing more from me on day 3, but I wanted to pop in and invite you all to check out the Flipgrid Discovery Library. Yes, there will be a session tomorrow. My creative friend, Jernay, will be taking us on a treasure hunt through the Flipgrid Discovery Library. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you may even discover a Flipgrid challenge or 2 from me. So check it out tomorrow. See ya. Bye.
That's right, Peter. The Discovery Library session will be part of our student-centered learning track. The full track list includes Build Your Career, Student-Centered Learning, STEM, Student Engagement, Wellbeing, and SEL, and School and System Leadership. We'll be streaming the sessions multiple times, so make sure to check the schedule on our event hub before tuning in.
Thanks, Sonia and Peter. That sounds amazing. I hope all of you are looking forward to growing your skills and making new connections this week, and I can't wait to see what you're going to come up with. Speaking of which, I'm looking forward to our award ceremony and recognizing educators and leaders for all the awesome work that you do. I know I'm counting down the minutes, but it's just about, let me check, 47 hours, 20 minutes, and about 3 seconds, give or take. I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.
It was a great year of learning because without you, it would not have been possible.
Thank you for being an educator.
Terima kasih kerana menjadi seorang pendidik yang menuju ke arah transformasi.
Pandemi döneminde fark yarattığınız için teşekkürler.
A big virtual hug to all of you.
Thank you for making a difference each day.
Muchísimas gracias por ser un educador.
We are a wonderful community. Continue being a change maker.
उत्तम शिक्षक होने का धन्यवाद.
Thank you for making a difference.
You are a superhero, so be proud.
Thank you so much for being a change maker in your schools.
Thank you for making a difference.
Thank you for being an educator.
شكرا لكل اللي ساعدونا في تحقيق الهدف.
Thank you so much for being the hope and the happiness that the world is in desperate need of.
And be proud because you are an educator. Yeah.